Whenever you start loving a girl more than yourself, she won't treat you the way you want. Instead, she'll treat you like a celebrity treats a fan, nice when it's convenient, but never fully invested. Think about it. You meet someone, things are going great, the chemistry is real, but then, little by little, you start putting her on a pedestal, you prioritize her over yourself, you start needing her attention, her validation, and that's when everything shifts. She pulls back. She stops texting as much. She seems different. I learned this the hard way. There was a time when I thought if I just showed a woman how much I cared, she'd do the same. So I went all in, texted first, planned everything, always made time for her. But instead of bringing us closer, it made her lose interest, and I couldn't figure out why. But when you act like a fan, she'll never see you as the main event. Attraction doesn't work that way. If this sounds familiar, we need to talk. Because once you understand this, everything changes. Let me tell you why and how to fix it. Point 1. The root of the problem. Look, most people think attraction is about looks, charm, or even wealth. But that's not the full picture. Attraction is about energy, the way you carry yourself, the way you see yourself. You ever notice how some guys who aren't even that good looking or rich, just have women naturally drawn to them? Meanwhile, other guys do everything right, treat her like a queen, and somehow she still loses interest? It's not random, it's energy. When you act like someone's approval is the most important thing in the world, you're basically telling them, without words, that you don't believe you're enough. And people can feel that. They might not say it, but they feel it. And that kind of energy, it's repelling. Let me tell you a story. Back in 1851, in Vienna, there was this businessman named Franz, successful, well-known, respected. He had everything a man could ask for, and when he met this woman, she was captivated by him at first. But as time went on, something changed. He started chasing her attention, buying her gifts, bending over backward just to make her happy, and with every extra effort, she pulled away. It didn't make sense to him. He had money, status, he gave her everything. So why did she lose interest? Because no one is drawn to desperation. The moment he put her on a pedestal and made her the center of his world, he stopped being the man she was originally attracted to. It's not about what you do. It's about how you see yourself. And that's the real root of the problem. If you don't believe you're enough, no amount of effort will ever be enough. Point 2. Confidence is key. You ever notice how some guys who aren't even the best looking or the richest, still have women completely drawn to them? Meanwhile, other guys who do everything right get ghosted for no reason. I had a friend like that. Good guy. Smart, successful, took care of himself, but every time he started dating someone, the same thing happened. At first, everything was great. Then, like clockwork, they'd lose interest. He'd overanalyze every detail, wondering what went wrong. One day, he told me exactly how he approached dating. He was always worried about saying the right thing. He overthought every text. Should I wait an hour before replying? Should I keep it short? Should I add an emoji? He made sure the girl always felt comfortable, never disagreed with her, always played it safe. And that's when I had to hit him with the truth. I said, bro, you're not being you. You're being what you think they want, and that's why they're losing interest. See, attraction isn't about being perfect, it's about being real. Women don't want a guy who's constantly second-guessing himself. They don't want a guy who tiptoes around their approval. They want someone who's secure in himself, someone who isn't afraid to tease, to challenge, to be a little unpredictable. So my friend took the advice. He stopped filtering himself. He stopped worrying about the right way to text or act. He let his personality show, his humor, his opinions, his confidence. And guess what? Suddenly, women started responding differently. They were drawn to him in a way they never were before. Confidence isn't about being arrogant or trying to impress. It's about knowing your worth, about valuing yourself first. And the moment you do that, everything changes. Point 3. The power of walking away. Here's where most guys screw up. They meet a girl they really like, and suddenly, she's the center of their universe. Every text from her feels like a victory. Every delay in response feels like a crisis. They drop everything to be available. They start overthinking, overgiving, overinvesting. And just like that, attraction dies. See, the moment you make someone feel like they're your everything too soon, you change the dynamic. It stops being exciting. It stops being a challenge. Instead of feeling drawn to you, she starts feeling suffocated. That's why you have to be willing to walk away, not in a dramatic, I'm leaving forever kind of way, but in a way that says, I want you, but I don't need you. Because neediness kills attraction, but self-respect, that's magnetic. Think about it. Who do people respect more? The guy who stays in a situation where he's being treated like an afterthought, or the guy who knows his worth and doesn't tolerate nonsense? When you stop chasing and start valuing yourself, everything shifts. People start respecting you more. They treat you differently because they feel that you're different. So the next time someone isn't treating you the way you deserve, don't beg, don't plead, just walk. Because the most attractive thing you can be is a man who knows when to leave. Point 4. Emotional control. Ever had that moment where you knew you shouldn't send that extra text, but you did anyway? Or maybe you felt that little sting when she didn't reply fast enough, and suddenly your whole mood changed. That right there, that's emotional weakness, and nothing kills attraction faster. Let me tell you about a guy I knew. He was crazy about this woman. At first things were amazing, but then he started needing her attention. If she took too long to text back, he'd start overanalyzing. If she seemed distant, he'd panic. He'd check his phone constantly, looking for reassurance. Eventually, she told him, I feel trapped. And just like that, she was gone. Why? Because when you let your emotions control you, you lose control of the situation. See, confidence isn't just about how you talk or how you carry yourself. It's about how you handle pressure. Women are drawn to men who stay calm no matter what. If she takes hours to reply, no problem. If she's acting distant, you don't react, you observe. When you show that nothing shakes you, people respect you more. And here's the best part. When you stop chasing and start leading, that's when they start chasing you. Point 5. How to turn it all around. Look, at the end of the day, this isn't about playing games. It's about becoming the kind of man who naturally draws people in. And that starts with one simple truth. You have to be enough for yourself first. Think about it. When you make someone the center of your world, when your happiness depends on them, you give away all your power. You start second guessing yourself, chasing their approval, and over-analyzing every little thing. And that's exactly when they start losing interest. The key, you need a life outside of your relationships. You need something that excites you, goals that drive you, and standards that keep you grounded. Because when you love your life, you're not desperate for someone to complete it. You're already whole. And here's the best part. When you stop chasing, the right people start chasing you. I've seen it happen over and over. The guy who used to overthink and cling to every text, once he started focusing on himself, hitting the gym, working on his mindset, leveling up, everything changed. Suddenly, he wasn't the one worrying about who liked him. He was the one choosing who deserved his time. That's the shift. When you respect yourself, when you stop needing validation, people feel that energy. They want to be around it. So don't wait for someone else to make you feel worthy. Be the guy who doesn't chase, who doesn't overthink, who knows his worth. Do that and watch how fast everything changes.